starting off trying to have your own studio, you don't have all the expensive gears and everything, but you have BandLab, you got your mic, you know what I'm saying? You got your lyrics, you got the beat, you can record, you can pour those emotions out to where when you press play, people will still resonate with what you're trying to say. Versus so focused on the technical aspects on things of, I need to get this, I need to get that. It's just like, yeah, if you get that, but then you can't pour those emotions in the song, nobody's going to be able to resonate with shit you saying on the song.
I know I got the whole concept and the theory. Believe that.
Oh, man. So even though you've been here before, I got to run through the motions. You got to let us know, man. Tell me about yourself. What's your name? What you do?
Man, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Graffiti, lab rap, producer, audio engineer, songwriter, jack of all trades, man. But mostly into just music. I try to keep it there in that trade. But yeah, man, I mean, just got so much going on. So I just figured, why not let the people know where we at now versus where we were 2 years ago.
2 years.
God damn, just saying it is like, was it really 2 years ago?
I'm starting to feel old. It's only been 2 years.
Man, it's like, damn. You know what? But yeah, we here though, man. So you already know what it is.
Man, I got my questions.
What's up, man?
What's up? It's been 2 years. We got to hit this again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, right? Because times have changed. The market. Let's just say the music industry as a whole, it's always adapting,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Ever changing, ever growing, but I feel like it's always been kind of similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious, how do drugs influence music and creativity? Like, we talked about this once before a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
We dabbled in that. So now I'm curious, like, now that I'm asking you on camera, I want to know what your answer is.
I mean, you got some people that can't even perform or record, so to say. Since in my field, I'm more inside, behind the scenes. So it's like some people can't even record a song unless they're high or unless they're drunk. In particular, I know somebody that I used to work with. I used to look up to him. This is my early days when I was an artist as well. So yeah, I didn't know that. A lot of y'all think I just come from the engineer side, but I actually come from the artist side. So I come from the creativity side. So that's one of the reasons I can relate to a lot of y'all issues. But now that I'm on this side, it's a lot more worse. But I digress. We'll go back to that. But I know somebody in particular that used to do that. And super dope. And I used to look up to him. And I used to say, like, bro, how did you come up with that? How you do? It's like, I ain't gonna lie to you, Graffiti. If I ain't drunk, I ain't lit, I can't do it. I was like, what you mean? He's like, I'm telling you, I don't know. I gotta be drunk. And not talking like hard liquor either, like a 40, you know what I'm saying? Or a bottle of, what's the name of that damn? Oh, yeah, Four Loko.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just needs just one or two of those. And he's like, I'm getting vazed. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like he's a totally different like person. It's almost like trying to be demonic or anything, like a spirit enter him, and now he becomes this character that he's portraying on songs, and it's just like, and then when he sober down, he's like, man, yeah, I there's no way I could have did that sober. And I was like, wow. And then same thing with herb, you know what I'm saying? But herb is more of a spiritual thing. I think it's everybody reacts to different substance differently, but when it comes to herb, it's just, I feel like for me, it makes me, once again, fast forward, taps in, gets you quicker to that destination, or whether you're trying to perform and pour the emotions out, essentially. That's what I feel. I feel like when I do it sober, I can sing it and I can belt it right, but that feeling is missing, which is the most important part, even if you sing a note wrong, as long as people can gravitate to that feeling. And that's what, herb does for me. And then some people, they need some higher because just the basics doesn't influence their mind enough. So it's, to answer your question, without it, a lot of your favorite musicians wouldn't be what they are today if they weren't on some shit. So,
I mean, there's a lot of like known artists, like A-list artists that have to like perform on something of some sort, right? Was it Post Malone I'm thinking of?
Post Malone, I mean, even Michael. That's my guy, even him. And so it's like, but here's the thing though, a lot of his issues came from trauma, from the burn in his head to, the abuse that he experienced and everything. So he got hooked on it by trying to, deal with his pain and stuff like that. So his is more prescription drugs, which I feel like is far more worse than street drugs because that's man-made. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not that street drugs ain't either, but it's just like they got their hands in there. They can. I mean, that's where fentanyl comes from. It's man-made, so it's like.
So I mean, like, why is an image important to like as an artist, right? Because I feel like drugs and imagery, when it comes to like, especially like rap artists, they're hand in hand. But is it important? You know, how would you kind of construe that a little bit?
It's very important because your imagery is your presentation. The way you present yourself is how people would perceive you. I got another example. And for me, I had a situation where I had some things that were at line. And then I was in Georgia. And my family, well, part of my family know a lot of people. So my auntie, she does recovery homes. Like when girls get like the BBLs and stuff like that. And my uncle, he has a limo service called Atlanta Courtesy. So he picks up a lot of celebrities and everything. And one in particular, which was DeVito, he knew them. And my auntie always was with Chioma, I think that's her name. Always hanging with them. And I had a situation where I could have met him in particular, but I was meeting some of the people. And it didn't go as according as we had planned. And my dad came up to me. He said, "You know why that shit didn't work out?" He said, "Why? Look at you. Look at how you dress. You look like you're homeless. Like you look like you're struggling." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You have to present yourself. Your image. I'm trying to look at you. Look at how you." I'm like, and ever since that day, like African parents, they're very like passionate about shit. They would over exaggerate on shit to make it bigger than what it is. But in his perception, I understood what he meant. It wasn't coming from a place of hurt. It was just saying, "Hey man, you gotta present yourself how you want people to approach you." You know, so it was very crucial. So that was a lesson learned. So image is everything. And then also image is also one of those situations where how do you want people to look at you? Are you the type of person that you want people to follow that, hey, my image is I'm the junkie that I can't do this without this and that, or my image is I'm clean cut but I got flaws too, just like everybody. So it's just as important as the product itself or whatever it is you're trying to portray or allow people to see who you are.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, if my mom said you dress like a homeless person, I'd be like, well, didn't Kardashian wear a trash bag and didn't Kanye walk out with nothing on? So I mean, yeah, you know what? I think I'm doing okay if I'm a little covered, right?
Yeah, but you know, African Americans, man, it's you have to live with them to understand where they're coming from. It's never a place of hurt. It's just more they're very like they over exaggerate shit. That's just the best way to put it. So
it's like you said, a place of love, just very blunt.
Too blunt. You're like, damn, nigga, that's how you feel? Look at you. Literally, look at you. Look. I'm like, damn, man. You for it? He's like, that's why I didn't think you serious. Look at me. I'm like, all right, bet. I got you.
Yo, tell me one of the weirdest encounters you've ever had in the music industry.
Man, you hit it on the nail today. There's this one situation. This is when I transitioned from an artist into an engineer. And there was this particular engineer that used to be here, but now works in LA. I'm not gonna say his name. I reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, bro, do you know where I can like intern or work at a studio?" Because this is at the time where, you know, YouTube, it's only so much you can learn from the internet. There's nothing like a hands-on one-on-one training to actually see what goes down in the studio. So I was at that point in my career where I was like, okay, I need to work at a studio because YouTube can only teach me so much shit. And I reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, bro, do you know where I can intern at?" He sent me 2 studios. The first one that I applied to, the dude responded back. But he said just wait till like a certain month, then reach back out. So I followed up, ended up getting the job. Everything was smooth. I swear, I was there for 2 months. Everything was smooth until the day, and it just so happened to be that day. I came to the studio. I had brain fog. I don't know what happened that day. I just wasn't thinking clearly. So I kind of messed up a little bit at the studio, but that was my first time actually making a mistake, especially in front of people, because it's one thing to do it behind the scenes. And then he comes in, and usually when somebody comes in, the doorbell rings, so I'm going good to the door. I was like, "Oh, what's good, bro?" And I didn't know he was coming. So he the owner and him were kind of like buddies. So to say, like, well, I would say like mentor and mentee, or what do you call it? Your apprenticeship type shit. Mm-hmm. So I was like, "What's good, bro?" And he was like, "What's your name again?" I was like, "I'm like, Graffiti, man. What you sent me here?" He's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Just like that. I was like, "Bro, I messaged you. You told me to come here to work." "Oh, you working on an album or something?" I'm like, "No, bro, I'm interning. I'm working at the studio." Oh! To this day, I ain't never been back at that studio. I don't know what he said or what he told him, and it just so happened to be the day where I kind of messed up that day. So that was already like, the energy of that was already floating around. So for him to even just come in there and just act like he didn't know who the fuck I was, well, I'm in here because of you, because of your recommendation and referral. And now I'm like, what are you doing here? What's your name again? Like, if you forget my name, I get it, because it's not like we work all the time. But for you to just, what are you doing here? Like, nigga, look at your Facebook messages. I asked you what place to intern, and you told me to come here. But it was a lot more exaggerated than what I'm trying to portray it to be right now. It was like a weird, like, y'all niggas is weird in this industry. Like, y'all be on some funny shit. Mm-hmm. So that stuck to my brain, because that was like my first major intern, and I ended up not coming back to that studio after that day, because I don't know what was said afterwards. And the sad part is the owner of the studio couldn't even tell me that he didn't want me to work at that studio anymore, because there was like a guilty conscience, because he knew I was a hard worker and I did really good. And I just had a small hiccup that day, and it just so happened to be the day he came, that he just kept, I had outside engineers booking the studio, just tap back in a few weeks and I'll follow up. And then I kind of just got the memo, okay, my time here is done. So it's cool though.
I don't understand, like, we grown men. We adults. It's okay, you gotta be blunt. It's okay if you gotta let me go. Yeah. Don't give me the song and dance. This ain't a pony show, right? I ain't going to no rodeo, right? Ain't nobody prancing around. Yeah. I can't do that. Just be
honest, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. I get why he did it, because like I said, there was a guilty conscience. He saw the hard work. He saw the persistence. He saw that I was willing to learn, because we had a moment where we kind of like, not bond, but we said some shit like, yeah, I got your back. I see you. Just stick with me. I got you. Mm-hmm. So for him to come in there, I know it was him, because he said something, because just from the way he was acting, like, I guess he thought I was trying to record, but I literally told you, where can I intern? So that means I'm trying to work for free to get him some knowledge in exchange. So
he just wasn't comfortable with somebody he knew doing his
Maybe
album.
he just felt like, I don't want to, I don't know. These niggas is weird.
So, I mean, it's been some time since you started, so you got to tell me something, man. Like, you got to specialize a little bit in something, right? So what would you say you specialize when you're working with a couple of artists?
I specialize in, I want to say, identity and signature. Like, I specialize in crafting an artist's sound and finding his own lane, especially where everything is just, everybody sounds the same. It's just like, there's nothing organic about music these days, if I should say. Mm-hmm. So I try to find your own signature within all that noise that's going on, or your own frequency, tongue tied, I don't know, frequency within that spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So I try to craft your own sound, and then I push you to be the best that you can do if you're willing to listen. If you're one of those artists that know it all, don't want to listen, you like it, I love it, we're good to go. So that's just the basic or simplest way for me to say it. Yeah. Specialize in your own signature and your own art and pushing you to the best.
So what's your thoughts when somebody walks up in there and talks about splitting sheets, especially when it comes to pop music then?
I mean, it all depends on the work, because every split is different. But in this industry, you can do all the work and get not even the short end of the stick, just hanging on by their life, just like a percentage of it. Mind you, you do all the work, but your big fish got to eat little fish, essentially. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I believe whoever does more deserves more. And that there's going to that pop split that you were talking about, in the pop industry, from what I've heard, everybody is all the way evenly around. It doesn't matter how much you contributed. It don't matter if you did more, you did less. This guy can say one word and he's still gonna get the same amount of 25% between 4 people or 33% between 3 people. And then just like, but I did all the work. All you did just said one word, you know? So I think whoever does more deserves more. Whoever does less deserves less.
Would you take 1% of a Taylor Swift song? Like 1% of a Taylor Swift song.
Ooh, that's a good one. See, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, like,
okay. So what is the what's the other option?
You did 60% of the producing side of the work, but you only get 1%.
What is the other option then? If I don't take that,
you don't get on. You don't get nothing.
Damn.
Somebody, let's just say like the studio like came to you and was like, "Yo, we're swamped with a bunch of other artists. We just need a little help here." And you find out that little help was 60%. But you only get 1%.
Damn, you got
1% of Taylor Swift song. You got to help out the Swifties. Come on, you gonna do it? 1%.
They don't need my help. They already straight. Shit. Let me see. Damn, that's a good one. Taylor Swift is one of those that you're guaranteed a hit. You know what I'm saying? So fuck what I just said. You know what? Starting out. Yeah, but if I was already successful and had my fucking accolades and credits is just crazy, no, I wouldn't, because it's just like, no, bro, I don't have to, you know. But starting out when you're trying to get your feet wet, most producers and engineers, yeah, I'll take that deal because I know it's guaranteed a hit. Mm-hmm. Why not? You know,
that's crazy. All right. So then, what's your thoughts on when somebody says it's your ears, not the gear?
Ooh,
and does it depend? Oh, and does it depend on the artist?
What do you mean by that?
Like, if you had an artist come in and they keep saying like, "Hey, can you turn that knob? Can you turn this? Can you turn that down? Can you do this?" Would you say it's your ears, not the gear? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking in your sense. I get what you're saying, but most of the artists, they'll tell you to turn the music down. Oh no, they'll tell you to turn the music down when really and truly they just want you to turn the whole overall volume down no, I said that wrong. They'll tell you to turn the volume down when they really meant they want you to turn just the music down. Like when we recorded, they want to hear their vocals more. And instead of you always cranking stuff up, sometimes to do that, you just got to turn the music down itself and let the vocals overpower the actual instrumental.
Gotcha.
So in that sense, what you're talking about, but I think you're talking more about digital and analog, correct? Mm-hmm. So, damn, I sound like a lamb. What the fuck was that? I'm tongue tied today, man. I think it has a lot to do with allergies. I can't get my words straight sometimes. But digital to analog, your ears to me doesn't matter when you're first starting out, because you don't know what it is you're trying to listen to, what you're listening for, so to say. So it's like getting a new equipment. Oh, I got it because this famous engineer and this engineer did. And now you got it. It's like, how come it doesn't sound like theirs? You're not tuning into what they're doing. Your ears is not well trained enough to hear what they're saying. So first starting out, you don't need to worry about gears. That's where work with what you got, to me, matters the most.
Gotcha.
Work with what you have until your ears is well trained enough to where you can differentiate and tell the difference between digital and literally analog. And even just understanding just sonics in general. Mm-hmm. So in your beginning stage, it doesn't matter because you don't know what the fuck you're doing with it. You don't know what to do with it. And it's going to take time, or you end up just feeling like you have buyer's remorse after that because that engineer said go get it, but he ain't telling you that, yo, I'm 20 years deep, so I know what I'm listening for. You on the other end, I wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. So work with what you got. That's when your ears matter. And then after some years and you have some training, you will know when it's time, because everything will start to sound too digital, too tiny and small, and that's when you start to perceive and want to start getting into the analog. Goddamn, analog domain, you know.
So let me ask you another question, right? So as a producer, right? Let's say somebody walks into, like, an artist comes to the studio and they have their own gear, like their own microphone, their own headphones. You liking that? You gonna allow that?
If they're comfortable with it, I actually just did that at the studio session where I brought my stuff into somebody else's studio because not only am I familiar with it, I also knew the artists that I was working with, what type of mic or what type of style his vocals were, so to say, or what type of frequency his vocals shines at the most, and that microphone at the studio wasn't going to cut it. So if you bring your own stuff and you're comfortable with it, I have no ego to hook it. I'll hook it up. You know, as long as you understand that once it comes out the way it comes out, and it's gonna be your responsibility at the end of the day. Although I have to mix it, it's gonna be your fault if it doesn't come out the way you want. Because sometimes going to a different space and taking stuff can literally change the perception of the sound because depending on the reverb in the room, the reflections, and you know. So I have no problem with using your equipment as long as you understand what we're going for at the end of the day.
You ever have an artist bring something in and be like, I'm trying to sound like J. Cole, and they sound nothing like J. Cole, and then they get irritated with you because like it's like that auto-tunes thing that used to happen when people were like, I'm trying to sound like T-Pain, they sound nothing like T-Pain.
Unrealistic expectations is what I call it. You know, it's unrealistic. You're telling me make me sound like this guy, but you got to understand the majority of that is the person's voice itself. That's his. You don't have his voice. Unless you're good at manipulating like Godfrey or any of those guys, then you can project that sound. I can't make you sound like something that you're not. Unrealistic expectations.
That's crazy. I agree. Competition's at the bottom while collaboration's at the top. What does that mean to you?
That means the people that are at the bottom, their hands are like this. This is y'all. Your hands are like this. Everything is me, 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 me. In order for you to receive a blessing, you have to be open to receive and to give. The people at the bottom, me, just me. No, I'm not sharing. The people at the top, hey man, I got this project, bro. It's 20 songs, and we have to finish it in the next 3 days. There's no way I'm gonna get this done. You wanna just take half and I take half? They're open to give, they're open to receive. That's why I feel like certain people don't get their blessings because everything is me. So the people at the bottom, this is them. The people at the top, this is them. They're open to give and they're open to receive.
Do you think that has like anything to do with just how long somebody's been around? Like somebody who's been doing this for, let's say, like 10 years kind of realizes like, I got a collab to make money versus like somebody who just started off, they're hungry to get whatever they can to do it by themselves.
I think it's both, but really and truly, even if you're hungry, you should still be able to understand that the greatest songs or the things that technically work out in this industry is by collaboration. Your great mind and my great mind come together. We would have never did that by ourselves. I probably would have had something good, but if you and I, and we put it together, you're like, whoa, there's no way we would have did that by ourselves. We would have did it alone.
You seen that documentary about the God? I'm butchering this right now because I'm on the spot, but it was the theater about the black. Oh my God, I'm spacing on this. You know what I'm talking about though? No. It was all over Broadway for a while. It kind of popped back up. It came out during COVID and they did a whole remake on it. It was a huge musical. It was like they made it into like a rap thing. It's about Black history.
I don't know. You have to send it to me. It sounds familiar.
Man, I'm gonna throw it somewhere on the screen. But like, there's a documentary out about the producers that helped create some of the music on it, and they talked a lot about like some of the cast members that were sitting there watching the two guys like sit at the piano and making it. And they're like, this collab, like this would have never happened if they didn't collaborate together, right? It's all like you said, it's the collaboration, man.
Yeah, because it's like two heads are better than one, you know. And I get it. When you're coming out, you're starving, you're trying to do what you got to do to get on. I get that. You have to be selfish to a degree, because like I've said this before, you can't everything. I don't want to feel like I'm contradicting myself here, but you have to be selfish to a degree until you know that there's no way that I know for sure that this stuff is gonna come out if I do it by myself. But if I hit bro up and say, hey, can you do this for me? and I know he's the man for the job, I would rather do that. But most people at the bottom, even if you're desperate, I want to do it all by myself. I'm everything. It's just like, and you wonder why you're in the position you're in. You're not willing to you're not open to give and receive, boss. But you're not open to receive your blessing and give a blessing.
Right.
So that's why that's the difference to me for what I've seen. They up here, they were like, hey, even if they're established, because some of them still do stuff. A lot of them still do stuff by themselves because at the end of the day, the person that hired them for the job came to them strictly. But if it's something that they know that, oh, this is going to be overwhelming, or if there's something that I feel like, okay, you specialize in this department, I'm going to send it to you. Despite my selfishness to want to keep it, it's just like, no, you're the man for the job, bro. You do that part. I'm going to do this. So we can make sure at the end of the day, the product is well done when we give it back to the artist or the client or whatever you're doing. So, yeah.
Man, tell me how much you spend on subscriptions and software each month.
Man, you know what's funny? I'm actually doing pretty good. I want to say anywhere about no more than at least probably about $100, if not a little bit more. I used to want to have every plugin company, but once you start to do this shit, you start to really understand that not only is less even more, that a lot of these things all do the same shit. You just got to know what it is you're doing, and that goes back to that years of training your ears and, educating yourself and just understanding the basic fundamentals before you try to do anything else. So not bad right now, but before, oh my, like I said, every plugin company was in my arsenal. Everyone, like, hey, I need you. Oh, this guy said, oh, then you start to, like I said, like, wait a minute, this is the same shit as this. This is just purple. This is green, but it's the same shit.
All owned by the same company. I'm like,
literally, big fish eating another fish, another fish. It's just not too bad this time.
I had to look this one up for this part of the interview because I didn't know what it was. But like, what's your thoughts on BandLab?
BandLab.
I didn't even I like this. This came to me, and I had to look into it because I'm like, what is BandLab? So now I'm curious because I now know what it is, but I want to know what your thoughts is, and then kind of explain it a little bit to everybody.
So, well, I don't know the actual description or terminology from what people will probably say, but this is what this best way to simplify it. I try not to complicate this shit, but it's just another digital. Oh, deal. What the hell is going on?
Look at that.
Digital audio workstation that's on your cell phone. It's like GarageBand that comes with an iPhone. You have an iPhone, right? But it's a little bit more advanced. They have a lot more plugins that we didn't have when I was coming up. I had GarageBand, so I had the one auto-tune that if it was off-key, you're off-key on the other side. You're just going to have to sing through that shit and try to sound as good, or just don't do it without it at all. But BandLab is a little bit more advanced. They have a lot of effects and stuff like that. So I'm all for it. I know a lot of engineers that hate it. I think it's a good reference point. It's a good place where artists can take the song and say, hey, I got the song. I need to, before I go into the studio and waste money and waste time, let me practice this stuff on this. Let me get all my creative ideas. The downside to only doing stuff like that is you'll never be able to recreate that moment that you did the first time. It's either going to be better or it's going to be worse, but it would never be the same.
Right.
So that draft that you do on BandLab might actually be the best performance. And then when you have to get in a real studio, that's where it becomes challenging because now you're not being creative. You're thinking, how did I do that?
You ain't captured in the moment.
The way exactly.
Man. So this is the one thing I couldn't get a definitive answer on when I was looking into this, but like, if somebody did record themselves on BandLab, like how are you exporting it? And like, let's say if I had a whole, like I was just sitting at home and I was just doing nothing and I was like, let me hop on this and I made a banger. Like me, like it's a banger. But I'm not a producer by any means, right? So could I send that to somebody like you and then you guys can like figure it out? Okay, because like
my brother, shout out to Ak, he sends me bunch of vocals from not BandLab, from GarageBand. They're actually engineers. I haven't got a full session yet from BandLab to where I can mix it, but I've seen engineers on TikTok and some people in the engineer community actually take vocals from BandLab because as long as the recording is good, we can work with it, you know? And then it's like, I think this is a little gem here, is to get an actual microphone. You don't have to be, like, you can use the SM7B this. Find a way to hook it up to your iPhone and connect it to the DAW on your phone. It would be way better than still recording on your little AirPod or whatever. You'll be able to at least get your vocals. And if the performance is so well that you know that deep down you cannot replicate that and it's not going to be the same no matter if you did it at the big studio, small studio, or whatever. And as long as you're fine with that, I can still mix that. Because I've mixed stuff from GarageBand, like a lot. I'm talking over 100 songs. And although it's not as equivalent to an actual audio recording in the studio, it's close, you know? And with BandLab, I would assume it's a lot much better because there's actually an artist that actually blew up from BandLab that did nothing but record his vocals straight in BandLab. But I think I think he's in jail now for murdering a girl or something like that. I forgot his name. I think it started with a D or something, but he got some exposure from BandLab.
Oh man, you know, side question though, because now I'm just beyond curious about this one. Do you ever, so remember when people used to use SoundCloud as an insult to certain artists? Like, you sound like a SoundCloud rapper?
Yeah.
So out of curiosity, as an unknown individual who always grew up using that as an insult to certain people, is that because they don't use certain microphones? Is because the producer most likely isn't involved in the process of like uploading their music? Like, what is your thoughts on how like that insult became a thing?
I don't, no, definitely not that. I think it's more so, you know how I used to have mixtapes back in the day? They used to just look at people like, oh, you just a mixtape rapper. You ain't mainstream. You ain't got no buzz like that. You a little SoundCloud rapper. You are now. But the amount of people that blew up from SoundCloud or just got discovered from that SoundCloud, it's ridiculous.
Is it still around? I mean, I feel like they are, but like
they're just not relevant to what they used to be. Is that the right terminology? Yeah, then
it's like the equivalent to like what Facebook is to most of us now. Like, it exists, but like it ain't relevant anymore.
No, it's not relevant like that anymore. I know actually a young man that's super talented that you upload a lot of stuff to SoundCloud, but now he's on the main distribution now. So it was just a way of the mainstream guys trying to shit on the little guys, man. The underground guys, you a little sound guy, you nigga. But ask how many of them blew up from SoundCloud. They'll be like, oh shit. So yeah.
So what's more important, creativity or technical ability?
I would have to say creativity, because you can get by with the technical aspect of things as long as the feeling is there. You know, like, goes back to what I'm saying. It's like starting off trying to have your own studio. You don't have all the expensive gears and everything, but you have BandLab, you got your mic, you know what I'm saying? You got your lyrics, you got the beat, you can record, you can pour those emotions out to where when you press play, people will still resonate with what you're trying to say. Versus so focused on the technical aspects on things of, you know, I need to get this, I need to get that. It's just like, yeah, if you get that, but then you can't pour those emotions in the song, nobody's gonna be able to resonate with shit you saying on the song. So the creative aspect, the feeling is more important than the technical aspect. So yeah.
So let me ask you another side question then, right? Because you said something that I think could resonate with a lot of people. When you're in the studio and you're producing something or mixing something for somebody, have you ever like related to something in the music?
Oh yeah.
Like whether it be like the beat or like what they're saying, like something really kind of like you felt it.
Yeah.
You know?
I tell people this all the time. Me and my shout out to JR, man, Junior, man. He's another engineer, but he's very successful. We love ambient beats, like synths, like pads. There's this like warm feeling when we like for real, like anybody that loves music understand that warm feeling that you get when you hear something. You're just like, and you literally stop like, yo, you feel that? it's without that feeling, it doesn't matter what you're saying in the song. Or I wouldn't be able to feel nothing if I don't get that feeling. Mm-hmm. There are times I've recorded artists, I'm just like, man, even if I don't understand what they're saying, music is a universal language. I feel it. I'm just like, yo, I've got that feeling right here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a lot of times where when I would listen to a song and I'm like, warm feeling, then I start getting chills, like literally chills as if I'm cold or some shit, you know? And that's how you know you love music or you're obsessed with music, because those type of emotions and feeling goosebumps tend to pop up a lot because you're constantly listening to all types of frequencies. And the pros and cons to that, you can get a good frequency and feel that way, and then you can get some negative frequency and be like, ooh, your shit demonic, bro. I don't turn that shit off.
Right.
You know, so...
There was a guy I was talking to a little while back, and we were talking a little bit about music. Mm-hmm. And with him, he's like, it's the drums, like authentic drums, not like the snares that you can do electronically. Like that don't do nothing for me. It's like he's like, I know the difference. I feel the difference, right? If there is like an African drum, I'm gonna feel that. It'll resonate, right? If there was like some sort of like music, like if they're singing and there's that frequency or that high hit, like that high note, I'm gonna feel that. You know, and he's like, what? And he's trying to ask me like, well, what about you? Like, what kind of music? I'm like, well, it's jazz, especially scat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if maybe it's a past life if I had one or something, but like, that's it. That's it right there. Jazz will always do it for me. Certain African music, that'll do it. Yeah. Afro beats is really kind of tough, but like certain songs will do it. You know, it's just, it's like you said, it's the sound. It's something about it. It'll hit.
It's the sound. For me, it's like, it's something about the way it's played, the way it just drives you. You know what I'm saying? Because even like this last weekend, sometimes when I take a break from mixing, my ears are fatigued. I don't want to listen to any lyrics, no vocals, just straight ambient beats. Like no drums either, just literally just straight. You know, the type of stuff that you hear that's very nostalgic or like very like draws you into that emotion. It either makes you sad or it makes you happy or it makes you just reminisce on life and shit. Like, and then you start to feel this warm, like, what is that terminology? What is that word that they call it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Melancholy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I get when I hear those type of music. And it could be happy and sad. It doesn't matter. But it's just, I get that warm feeling right here, man, it's just like, yeah, man, that's what music is all about right there. You know,
I told him, and then after this, I got another question, but I kind of told him, I think you really hit the peak, or you're starting to hit peak when you're listening to a song in another language and you hit that feeling. And that's why they'll say like music is universal, right? Like I don't understand anything, a lick of nothing this person is saying, but it's resonating with me, or like I feel it, you know? Yeah. I just don't want to learn that they talking about something completely wild that'll ruin the experience, but that's real though, man. That's the beauty of music.
Yeah, man.
Tell me a flaw you're currently working on.
Damn. That's a good one. Oh, man. Probably still the technical aspect of things, but not as far as in more like terminologies. Like I might say something, but that might not be the right proper term for it. I would say something else because once again, I didn't come from that side of the field. I came from the creative side, so everything is just feeling, you know. But the terminologies explaining things to where everybody's brain would be able to comprehend with what I said on the first time, you know. So technical aspect, I'm figuring a lot of that out, but more so terminology aspect of things. And as far as in that's it. And then if we're talking business aspect, trust. I don't trust nobody. And I'm noticing that it's not hindering me, but it's holding me back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to trust somebody, bro. Everybody's not your enemy. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what happened with this business does to you when you've been in it for so long. It's just like, man, you fuck up one time, that's it. I'm not forgiving you, even though I should have grace, because you meet people at different points in their life when they're trying to figure shit out. And they might not have it all together at that point, and you just meet them at the time where it's just, damn. And then it's like instead of you just, you got to go, cutting your ass off. Give them grace, you know? So trust, you know? But not with everybody, though, because some of y'all niggas got to go. Y'all too much. But it's all good.
Man. You know, I was, it's like that one not artist, I think it was a comedian, but he was like, one of the hardest things in English is how y'all describe stuff, because one word means 1,000 things, right? Same thing like a curse word, the F word, right? It's everything and then some. And then y'all found another way to make another one for it. But like thing, he said he had a hard time understanding what thing meant. Because a thing is a thing. It's an object, but it's a person. It's a place. It's something and nothing. And y'all throw it in any sentence you can when you just can't figure out or remind yourself or create it. Like, hand me the thing. What thing? What thing? We're in a garage. How many things are in a garage? But like, when you understand English well enough, or you know the person, you understand what that thing is. And that's the craziest part about it. And he's like, I still can't figure it out. It's the same thing with like, you know, again, with music or any type of industry, right? Like when you know your job so well and you've been doing it so like perfectly over the years, and you just try to like explain that to a new guy, you're just like, you forgot the term, right? You forgot the name of the tool. You just know it's a squiggly thing on the, on the bottom drawer. Like, you just like, give the thing.
Give me that thing, jinky. That's how we say it in this house. Give me that thing, jinky. Oh, whatchamacallit? It's like, what is whatchamacallit? I don't know what the hell you talking about, bro. But that's it. But when you know, you understand, you know what I'm saying? It goes back to that feeling. You can resonate with those terms. But from a foreigner or somebody that's not, like, what thing? What? The water? You know? So I get what he meant.
I gotta ask you, right? Because I'm a local to Minnesota. Come on, man. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Before you come for me. Before you come for me.
I'm coming for you.
Just understand. It's just me, babe. It's just me. Michael Jackson.
In what capacity though? Nah.
You gotta understand, bro. Michael brings out the inner child in you, bro.
Oh my God.
You could be a 90-year-old man. You hear Michael Jackson, you're gonna be trying to move your. I'm telling you, bro. Michael Jackson is like. That's the reason why I even started music, because I didn't know what music was until I saw Michael Jackson. I remember I was a young kid back home in Africa when he came on my screen and he was, and I'm like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, who is this?
How y'all do that thing? You be like,
oh,
that.
I'm like, yo, who is this? So, and I didn't know about Prince until later on in life. If I'm being transparent, don't come from me. I'm first of all,
okay.
I'm not originally from Minnesota. I'm a transplant, so if you can come in some slack with that. But Michael is just inner child, man. Now I will say Prince. I will say I respect the fact that he can play all instruments. I respect the fact that he could. He didn't need an engineer, producer. He was the engineer, producer, and everything, and his ears. It's so well trained. My piano teacher we were just talking about that last week, because I saw a magazine with him, and I was like, oh, you like? And she was like, oh, that's my guy. That's just. She was telling me about his epilepsy or something that he had. I was just like, oh, yeah, that. She said ever since then, and I was like, I respect the work ethic. I respect the talent. Michael was just what resonated with me at such a young age, and it's like there's no. That's my pops. I say that all the time. That's the person that's trained my ears into music, and like, you know. But I've listened to some Prince stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Man, it's good. The way you hype up Michael and say, yeah, but then Prince is, he's good.
It's
like not even. I wouldn't say second best, but like, he's around. He's in the room.
You know what? Sometimes some songs catch on to me late. Like I've noticed that I'm like, damn. This art is really dope, but I didn't get it at an early age, but I got it at a later stage. You know what I'm saying? So maybe later on in life. But you're asking me, choose the greatest out of the two or the less great out of the two, or who's your favorite? Michael all day. Like,
I mean,
Michael Jackson is the most famous person in the fucking
I'm not
world,
even gonna lie. Like, you can't really compare the two in the same basket.
Hold on, people. Hold on. Michael compared himself to Prince. Prince compared himself to Michael. That was like, it was the Prince on Michael.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
But I feel like for obvious reasons, right? I feel like you really can't, like, artists are going to compare themselves to others for other reasons, right? They got their personal reasons. As a fan, I wouldn't compare the two. Only because I feel like if you put Michael Jackson...
You guys want to have both. Y'all trying to say, oh yeah, I'm a fan of his. I mean, which is nothing wrong.
Right.
You know? But it's just like, once again, I feel like a lot of things with Prince is just more so his music is great. People love his music. Michael brings your inner child.
Right.
You talk about 50-year-old white man. That's out.
Fainting.
Like,
but that's why I said you can't compare it to, like, I wouldn't put Michael Jackson in a room and do a guitar riff and expect him to be able to like clap that right back.
He might not. Okay. If you're talking in that aspect, I get that.
Right.
Get that.
Like for different reasons, you can compare them for certain specific stuff, but I feel like they're not the same. They're not like that's what makes it so hard for me. Like I like Prince for different reasons than I would like Michael. If they were both having a concert at the same time, I'm sorry, Prince, I'm gonna go to Michael's. It is what it is. But if they were like across town and I know I could make it, I'm gonna go for the first like 75% of Michael's performance and definitely hit up that last couple of songs at Prince's. Like, sorry, Michael.
But I gotta hit though, man. Why you go to Michael for 75% that give Prince?
Because you can't miss Prince. Like, if they in the same city, you gotta go to both. Like, you gotta figure it out.
But you're giving Michael more of your time. That's what I mean.
Am. But
I guess you're not asking me who is. I guess the way my brain is interpreting it is who's bigger to me. That's what I'm hearing. Like, who's the biggest out of the two? Who's the big two?
You gonna say Michael?
I'm gonna say Michael, or the big one out of the two, whatever.
Man.
So yeah, it's just Michael is just, man, just from childhood, man. It's like that's what I love to bring back into music: that innocence, that happiness, that feeling, that certainty, that joy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't get that from every time I play him. That's why his music will forever live on. You got kids growing up in this generation. I love Michael Jackson. How you weren't even born when he was dead. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how did you? It just shows you, man. It's the inner child.
Last couple of questions here, because we getting kind of into this.
He's offended. Don't come for me, man. I love Prince. I love Michael more though. That's all I'm saying. That's just all it is.
What's your thoughts on hustle culture?
Cap. Just straight cap, bro. It's all a fucking facade. I'm in the studio all day. I ain't never sleep. Nigga, you would have been dead by now if you were in the studio for that 7 days, no sleep. Like you're not even, your brain is not even gonna be able to function at a capacity. The work till you're dead, or that's why I love this generation, Gen Z. They're advocating and standing up and say, nah, we ain't doing that shit y'all did. We're not going out like that. We're gonna find a way to work smart and still enjoying life. So all that hustle, work till you're dead, like, what's the point of you doing it then? You doing all this so you can die and say, yeah, I did it. Who you gonna take? You dead. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want to live too. I want to enjoy life. And that's something that I've been doing is, taking breaks and going outside and getting inspired and living. You know what I'm saying? Like the music, you'd be surprised too. You come back, you're like, damn, I would have never came up with that if I didn't look at that mountain or went outside. So I don't believe in working yourself to death. And this is coming from somebody that's a fucking workaholic. Mm-hmm. Like I'm addicted to working. Like I don't, but I'm learning to say, hey, what my body's telling me, I'm gonna need you to slow down. You're not getting younger. You need to enjoy life as well. So to digress, it's just a facade. It's all cap. Don't do that shit. Don't. Maybe in your early teens when you got the not the testosterone, but you got the energy and your innocence is still young. Life hasn't hit you with so many shit that can rewire your brain. Maybe then, because you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You got time. But as you start to get older, no. It's all a facade. It's cap.
Even EMTs, like first responders, don't even run. They walk. That's one of their first rules. You ain't got to run. You We here to save somebody else, and now we out here saving you. Now we gotta put 2 bodies on a gurney for what?
For what?
You know, even at my job, you know, they talk about it too. There is no emergency we got going on that's gonna cost you your life. Take your time. It's okay.
It's not worth it, man. It's like it's gonna be there anyways. You know, that's why I feel like it's wrong with society right now. Everything is instant graphic. Now. Like, bro, just slow down, man. You gonna get there. I even find myself telling myself that too. Like, yeah, why you in a rush? Because we've been programming a society that now, I don't want to wait. Fast food now. Food now. Work now. You just got the session. I need it done in 2 hours now. It's just like, bro, if I took my time, you probably would have got a better version. But I digress. I'll get it to you now.
Oh man, I mean, that's our culture today, and you can blame some corporations for giving us that product today.
It's toxic, man. It's bad because you essentially you're shocking your nervous system. You're literally messing up your nervous system, and that's not something that can ever be. No matter how much nerve yoga or sensation touch and other shit that you do, you would never be able to fully repair your nervous system to how it was when you were younger. The only way to do it is to go back and relive those moments and do something entirely different. So yeah.
Let me ask you, big studio, small studio?
Oh, I'm a big advocate for small studios, home studios. Come on, man. Look at AI. Look at AI. You don't need to.
Killing me.
The only time I feel like a big studio is necessary is if you have a band. You have 30 people coming in there. You need to get all mics and everything set up. That's when I feel like it's necessary. But in today's age, my studio, I have 95, even 98% of everything they have in the main studio. I'm just in a smaller, intimate space. You know, I even had an artist that I took to a studio that I used to work at. And I took him to a B room that I worked at a different studio, and I took him to another studio I considered the A room. And I was excited. I took him to A room. I'm like, oh, he gonna love this. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, so yeah, man, what you think, man? This one better than the other one now. He was like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I like the little intimate stuff. I was like, for real? Like, yeah, nah, I ain't really. It's cool, you know what I'm saying? But I like the little intimate stuff. And I like that mic that you got over there too. And which I get, because that was an expensive ass microphone. And he sound amazing on it. And that was just like, wow. And even clients that I work with now, that's just like, nah, it's more intimate. It doesn't feel like a corporate office is what they said. Didn't
J. Cole write a whole song about him having a home studio and it getting raided?
Yeah.
Because his neighbors didn't know his name.
Yeah, they didn't know who it was. It's just, it's like I said, if you can afford it, go for it. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that don't matter. Just from somebody that worked there, you're paying for the aesthetics, man. That's just the truth. You're paying for the look. The reason you come there and taking I'm in a booth. Yeah, what's up, girl? I'm in the studio. I'm working right now. I'm gonna work you later. Like, that's you know, that's what you pay for.
Right.
The facade, the aesthetics, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the engineer at the big studio, and I'm the engineer at the small studio. Even a mobile session that I just had last week, like, I'm the person behind the board. So that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you got a great engineer and you're a great artist and you got some good equipment in a home studio, even if you don't have basic equipment, as long as you know what it is you're doing, you're going to be able to execute that vision regardless. But if you need to be at the big one, you can afford it, hey, go ahead.
Second to last question, because I got a follow-up question. What kind of equipment would you recommend for like a live band section, like a live music? Like, would you use the same stuff from in the studio out in the field or no?
It depends. Not necessarily, because live studio and recording studio is definitely not too different, but it's definitely not the same. As far as in live stuff, I haven't done too much live stuff, so I don't want to quote the wrong things. But from what I'm seeing, most of their consoles, especially at a seminar, you see the guys over there on top of the window or in the back, so to say. They're controlling every aspect of the sound, the speakers. So everything from what I know for sure is it has to be mixed live. Like everything is done in that moment. You can do things in post, so to say, but it's almost like you're doing pre and post at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be done right there. Versus a recording studio, and let's do that again. Hey, okay, let me try to manipulate. When it comes to live, you don't have the time to do that. You have to get it in that moment. And that's why it's very crucial that rehearsals are recommended to make sure everything sounds right. So that way when it's time to go live, you sound professional live.
God. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. But if you knew that this song that's being played live at this concert is going on the album, would you still collab? And at what percentage? Like, let's say Michael Jackson's studio hit you up and they're like, we'll give you a 0.2% collab fee.
Damn, Michael. You got a little bit more than that. Damn, bro. You got the Beatles catalog.
We just need an extra head. They said all they need is an extra head, but you gonna be producing this in the back. Like, what, you taking it or not? Last minute too. You don't even get a whole lot of time to try to like figure this out.
And what am I getting?
0.25%. Not even 1%. 0.25%.
How many niggas on the project?
There's 10. 10 people are active on this.
And I'm only getting...
And you're getting 0.25. You're backup.
Once again, it all depends on where I'm at in my career. If I'm established, no. I'm sorry, Mike, but I'm a businessman too. Like, you ain't finna point me.
What if it was the Thriller album?
Ooh.
and they didn't release you heard the music. They didn't release the album, but they wanted to play it live and then throw that song on the album. So you already knew the hype. And they're telling you, we already know what we got. We're only gonna give you 0.25%. You doing it or not? At any point in your career.
Any point?
Any point.
You know what? It would actually work out well if I was already established, because then the money wouldn't be a factor. It's like, I already got bread. I would fucking do it because I love it. And you fucking Michael Jackson. Hell yeah, nigga, I'm on your project. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I would do it beginning and advanced. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I just had to ask, right? I just had to ask.
You got me.
All right, last question. What have you recently done to help sharpen your blade?
I picked up an instrument. I'm playing piano now.
Okay. All right.
I'm learning and studying music theory. And it has opened a side of my brain that I never even knew that was there. You know, like I said, I come from the creative side, so everything I do is based off feeling, which is very important. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's the root of it all. But to understand the basic fundamentals or just the definition of something, of how music notes or just even playing keys, like my mixing has gotten so much better. I'm doing so much lesser. Like if you haven't gotten any mix from me this year, whatever you got in me, they're good. Don't get me wrong. But when I said there's a side of my brain that's just been unlocked ever since I've been indulged in playing the instrument, and it was like, man. Now I see why Prince was good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it opens a side of your brain that is just you never knew was there. That and taking breaks. You know, we as creatives, man, we feel like we have to be in the studio, we have to be in the booth, but sometimes, man, you burn fuse quick. You're not inspired. There's no creativity. There's nothing else to talk about, so you end up saying the same shit in just different ways on the song. That's when it's time for you to go live, go get some sun, go for a walk. Hell, take a vacation with your girl. Go. Me and my wife just literally went go-kart racing for the first time on her birthday and my birthday. We had to come back because I was just like, yo, this is fun. Like, especially when I'm the type of person, I'm very jiggity and very super type A. I have to, like, that was like my speed. I'm like, oh, Mario Kart in real life, like for real. So just that alone, it was just like, man, that was fun. Now I'm inspired. I'm finna go make a fast beat with some fast songs. Like, you know, shit like that. Or going, I don't know, rock climbing or something. And then you come back, you like, damn, I would have never titled that song that way if I wasn't inspired by something that I saw. Right. So playing an instrument and taking breaks is the two main factors that have change my perception or change my mind in a sense, or open up something. I don't like something. I can't find my terminologies right now. It kind of goes back to what I was saying. I can explain it, but I might not be expressive. I mean, I can express it, but I might not be explaining it properly to where it comprehends with your brain with the right terms. But yeah, those are the two things, man.
All right, give me a bonus question before we head out here. You got a mentor of any kind?
I've had mentors. I have mentors in phases. I don't have like I'm still looking for my. That's my guy. One. You know.
Okay, yeah. So over the years, if it ain't a mentor, then is it somewhere, somehow, some way you either read something, heard something, or was told something? But what's a piece of advice that somebody gave to you that resonated with you still to this day, and you use it a lot when you're mixing or producing?
And mixing it does it really? I'm assuming it's related to like mixing, or it's just more so
either
something outside.
Anything that would like that you could pass on to somebody else.
Man, that's a good question. I hate to sound so cliche, but less is more. In every aspect in life, less is truly more. Like every now and then, maybe more could be more if we're talking musical. If the product that the artist gave you or the song is just like comes with a lot of problems, then you're gonna have to do a lot surgical type of shit to get it right. But if the recording is good, the mix is gonna be great. So your input has to be more important than your output. So and then in life, just once again taking a break. Stop sitting in the studio all day, go live, come back, you're fully inspired. Less is more. So in both ways, it has helped me that less is truly more. It's okay to take a step back, or it's okay not to do nothing for that time period and just breathe and just live and just enjoying what's in front of you. So it's something else, but it'll come to me at the right time. But for sure, less is more is something that I've been like, hell, I got a sticker on it. I have like a bunch of like affirmations and stuff that I put in my studio everywhere. I'm like a fucking scientist in my studio. I mean, sometimes I'm very clean, but I can get very cluttered. No, real fast, just having shit everywhere. But less is more. Yeah, man, that's what I've been doing lately. It's just taking breaks, coming back, and instead of sitting there and going outside and enjoying life and coming back and just just doing less of everything, and I'm more happy and content with where I'm at.
Nothing wrong with that. I like that.
Yeah,
I like it. Got anything else you want to say before we get off?
Nah, man. Lab Rat, man, we have a lot coming up. You know, I don't want to say too much. I'm just gonna let time speak for itself. So y'all know where to find me, man. Lab Rat ENT, Instagram, Facebook. Website is coming very soon. Everything is just a few more touches. I'll have everything ready to go. A lot of major projects that I'm working with, new artists, K-pop stuff, like just a lot of stuff that's coming. So just be aware that this year is different. It's my turn, you know? So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Hey, I appreciate you coming back, man.
Yes,
again, it's been a while, you know.
Let's go.
Glad to see you still good, and we gotta get you back in again.
Hey, man, I'm here. You know, I'm part of the family now, so you know they still ain't give me a shirt. I gotta wear my own shirt. They still ain't give me a shirt.
Hey,
I've been here for 3 years now. I don't feel a part of the family. I feel like I'm a guest every time.
I got you, man. I got you. Hey, my girl's in town right now, so I'm gonna hit her up.
You hear that, right?
I'm gonna tell her, hey, you gotta pass along that link so we can get these sweaters.
A shirt. I need a shirt. Chocolate Espresso Podcast. Man, we out, man.
Peace.